everyone. This is Jaleesa, and I am here to talk about the second gift of Satan, the second thing that appeals to Satan, and it's respect. Lucifer is all about respect. All spirits are about respect, and I'm talking about respect in all different kinds. The first type of respect I'm going to talk about is respect towards others. Now, we've all heard of treat others as you would like to be treated. And we've also heard the satanic version of treat others as um, they treat you. But people have a tendency to twist that and make that more perverted than what that really means. What that means is you're supposed to treat others the way you want to be treated. Meaning, you wouldn't want someone to judge you based on race. You wouldn't want people to judge you based on your religion. You wouldn't want people to judge you based on the choices as on who you choose as a spouse. So don't do it to other people. But in the same sense, that doesn't mean that if someone chooses to bully you or harass you or do something immoral towards you or towards someone else. You're not supposed to respect that. You're supposed to stand up for yourself or stand up for someone like a child who's being abused. You will stand up for that child because that child can't stand up for them. Or if someone tries to harm an animal, you will stand up for that animal because that animal can't stand up for itself. If that person is trying to do something wrong towards you that's going to harm you or hurt you, you're supposed to stand up and not take it. But don't be foolish in the way you do that. And I'm going to go over that a little more later in the video. So that's what that means by respecting others. Treat others as they would treat you versus treating others as they treat you. That doesn't mean to, you know, be an idiot towards someone. It means to not take it, but do it still in a respectful manner. Um, I'll use an example of respecting others. So, if you're a proud Satanist, like I am, I wear my pinnacle every day. I never take it off. And, I wear it to work and everything. No one has ever told me anything, no one's ever said anything. And of course, I have customers and I have employees who wear their crosses and everything, and I don't say anything neither. That's mutual respect. Um, there's no reason for me to say anything. Even if I have had someone question it before, they asked me if I was Wiccan, and I told them I wasn't. I didn't go into details of me being a Satanist and that this is an inverted pinnacle and all of that. I just kind of went over the points of the pinnacle, being the elements and everything. And, that's when she asked if I was Wiccan. I told her no, that I used to be at one time in my life, but I wasn't anymore, and I cut it off right there. I didn't go into all the other details because it was irrelevant. So that's respecting others. Part two of that is self respect. How you carry yourself, how you speak, um, how you wear your clothes, and different things like that. That's a self respect. Um, Unfortunately, the way humans are, they're going to judge you regardless. They're going to judge you off of the color of your skin sometimes. They're going to judge you off of your haircut. They're going to judge you off of um, who you choose as a spouse. They're going to judge you off of how you speak. Um, but if you carry yourself in a certain way, you carry yourself like not cocky, but just having a confidence about you, like I'm proud of all of this about me, then people still gonna hate you, but it shouldn't matter. You should respect yourself into not allowing them to get to you, not changing yourself for somebody. Um, I represent Satan, so I carry myself in a certain way into where if somebody was to come up to me and say, you know, I can tell Satan's with you. I can, are you a Satanist or something like that, that I would be proud to say yes, and knowing that I represent him, that they see him, through me, that they're revealed to what Satan really is through me. That's a powerful feeling. That's a awesome feeling. But I try to keep myself humble, which is another thing that um, appeals to Satan is humbleness. I'm constantly making sure on my videos and wherever I am that I'm not being pretentious and acting like I know everything or whatever because of my title as high priestess. Um, I'll use an example for self-respect. Um, a lot of people have judged me because of my hair, because it's short. Um, I've been called a man before, quite a few times because of my hair being short. And I let it get to me at the time, and I went tried to change my hair and everything, and I thought about it, and I was like, I know I'm not a man. I know that I'm a woman. So why should I let that get to me? I've had people have a certain idea of what they thought I should be because of the color of my skin. And then when they met me, they were surprised, like, you're not what I thought you would be. And in a way, I was flattered, but at the same time, it's like, why are people so quick to judge somebody? Same thing when I've had people find out I was a Satanist. They're like, well, you're not like any Satanists I've met before. And, it's like, well, this is what real Satanism is. This is how real Satanists are. If you get treated mean and horrible and judged and like that's not real Satanism. That's not what real Satanists do. So I want to be that example of what true Satanism is. So that's just different examples of self-respect. The next one is spirit respect. All spirits are huge on respect, especially um what that means is like spirits don't owe you anything. Like people are quick to say, I want to join Satan because I want money or fame or whatever. He's not a genie. He's not just going to give you something because you want it or because you decide to sell your soul. He's just going to hand out things to you. That's not how he works. I've been a devout follower of him for many years, and still, he makes me work for what I want. He's not just he doesn't just hand out things. It's about give and take. Um, Giving him offerings, like when I speak with him, have closing with him. It's just a spirit etiquette type thing. He's really big on respect. It's huge for him. Um, and that brings me to his wife. Um, Being respectful towards her because she is a part of him. She she and him are equal. So you can't respect him and then turn around and disrespect her because you basically voiding out all the respect that you did to him because she is a part of him. So you must respect her in the same way that you respect him. Um, so that's spirit respect. The second is animal respect. Unfortunately, I really don't understand how this got to be because I'm actually going to speak on LeVay in a positive aspect because even in the Satanic Bible, he lists no harm to animals. So I really don't know how um, the whole Satanist sacrificing animals and harming animals thing came to be. I really don't know where that came from, because Satanists do not harm animals. Um, I have a cat. I don't know if y'all can see it, but his name is Salem. Um, the Dark Lord sent me Salem some years ago, and I love my cat. Like, he's more than my cat and my pet. He's like my son. You know, I love him to death. And I've seen people treat animals like, I guess people would say, well, they're animals. Animals are to be treated with respect. They're living, breathing beings. They have souls. You know, they react to you. They have emotions. They feel pain. They feel happiness. They feel sadness. They feel anger. They feel all the emotions that humans feel. So why shouldn't we treat them in that same respect that you would treat a human? I don't understand that. But Satan says respect animals. He despises anyone who would try to harm an animal. I mean, see, I have my baby's paw print on my necklace. You know, I love my Salem. Like, I treat him just like I treat my two girls. I treat him no different. Um, the second is children respect. I have two girls, Ariel and Rihanna. Ariel is 6 and Rihanna is 3. Um, and I try my best to be the best mother I can be towards them. Um, Even in the way that I discipline them. You know, I'm not against um, spanking or whatever, but the way some parents, you know, chastise their children or punish their children um, is is morally wrong, and children are our future. So the way you treat them now is going to affect them in years to come, and what kind of adult that they're going to grow up to be. Um, I can't. I talk about my childhood sometimes, and you know, in a negative way. But in all honesty, you know, my mom did the best she could. You know, she was a single parent, and you know, she worked her butt off to give me the best she could. And you know, she did an awesome job. And all the things that I went through as a kid helped me to become the adult that I am now, and the negative keeps helps me become a better parent, and the positive also helps me become a better parent. Um, but children respect, like, people who abuse children, um, in immoral ways. All that will come to them in time. I get kind of um, emotional about it because I love kids. There was a time I wanted to teach kids. There was a time I wanted to, you know, be a caregiver for kids. But kids need a certain type of attention. And, you know, children are smarter than adults tend to think. They hear everything, they see everything. And we should give them the respect, as in, you know, their minds and what they're influenced by. Um, Another, and that was also mentioned in the Satanic Bible. So that's like another reason why I don't understand why the abusing of children, or the hatred of children, or the so-called sacrifice of children is associated with Satanism. There's nowhere any type of Satanism is associated with that. So don't do it. Respect plants. Um, the Dark Lord has said before, and I've mentioned this before, that Jehovah is the creator. Okay? He created him. So he created this world. Plants are living things just like animals are. So, you know, respecting plants would be like you're gonna uproot a flower for no reason, just toss it somewhere. That flower's gonna die, okay? Why would you do that? Why would you um, do anything to a plant to cause it to die for no reason whatsoever, just because you can, or just out of just like litter, for instance. I've been guilty of it, and a lot of people are guilty of litter, but litter harms plants and animals. If it gets into, where the roots are and everything, it just stops the growth, and you didn't kill a plant because you didn't want to throw something away. Just, it goes back to common sense and anti-stupidity. Don't do it. Second is respecting opinions. If someone, if you're having an argument or a debate or just a regular conversation with someone, and they give you their honest opinion, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean you should disrespect it. Now, of course, if it's immoral or something like that, of course you have the right to disrespect it. But if it's just an honest opinion, just what they think or what they feel, you have no right to disrespect it. Um, I have struggled with that. With my proclamation and everything, a lot of people, it's hard for them to um, accept it, and they say, oh, that's just your opinion. For me, this is not my opinion. This is fact. This is what I know. This is what I'm told on a daily basis. And I'm not the only one. So for me, this is not opinion. This is fact. But I know that there's some people who have their idea of what their facts are. And I also know there's some people who have their own opinions about what I teach and everything. And they're going to have their say so. And I try to be as respectful as I can. But when they start disrespecting me, it's hard for me not to disrespect them, opinion or not. But it's very important to be respectful of other people's opinions. And I mean, there's some people who get mad over something stupid as, okay, I think pepperoni is better. I think sausage is better. And they'll have a whole argument over that. Who cares? It's just their opinion. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change your opinion about anything. Just respect it. It's not really a big deal. It's kind of irrelevant to anything. Um, respect differences. Respect differences kind of goes in the same um category as respect opinions, and it also goes in the same category of respecting others. People choice of hair, um, clothes, religion. Um, you can't choose your race, but race, call it car they drive, where they choose to live, how they choose to raise their children, who they choose to marry. All of those are differences, and you should respect them. If it doesn't affect you in any way, why isn't it an issue? If it doesn't directly affect you in any possible way, why does it matter to you? Why isn't it an issue? On government level, personal level. If it doesn't affect you in any way, leave it alone and respect it. Um, and I'm kind of going to reiterate, um, don't take being disrespected, but don't be foolish about it. If someone comes up to you and disrespects you, in a way where it offends you. Now, if it doesn't personally hurt you, but it just offends you, not saying you should take it, but just be like, okay, fine, that's your opinion, and leave it alone. But if it affects you in a way to where it harms you or it harms someone that you care about, by all means, take action, but don't be foolish. Don't go do something illegal or something that's going to get you thrown in jail and you're going to be away from your spouse. You're going to be away from your children. So that didn't really do anything to them if it, like, I mean, unless you hurt them or whatever, but it still affected you more than them. You're the one that's behind bars. You're the one who have been taken away from your children and your spouse, all because you couldn't control yourself. You know, um, and the Dark Lord is against murder and harming, animals and human beings. So if you do something like that over someone disrespecting you and get thrown in jail, you didn't punish your own self in more than one way. So that that's what that means. And finally, again, to be repeated, respecting his wife. That is the most important thing out of all of these things. Respecting his wife is respecting him. Disrespecting her is disrespecting him. He's very, very, very big on that. Um, I've mentioned in a video, and it's a sensitive topic for me, but I'll say it again. I disrespected her before, and he left me. Um, took away my title, took away my abilities, took away any connection to him or spirits in any form, and it it affected me. Um, but I take that experience now and I use it as a strength. Um, there's people who like to try to take that story that I've shared with people and use it against me, but I use it as a strength. That experience was a humongous strength because now um I can I can tell who are being envious. I can tell when is just trying to do it out of envy and hate and try to come against me, trying to manipulate me. I've had it happen more than once. So that experience actually prepared me for what I am to do now, what I'm doing now, proclaiming, because I've had a lot of experiences lately as um, Esther becomes more well known. I've been kicked out of groups. I've had hateful comments on my videos and all of that. And I understand for some the the story of Esther is hard to accept because they don't want to accept it, but it is what it is. Esther is Satan's wife. That would never change. She's a goddess. That would never change. He loves her more than anything, and that would never change. So, if you think that you harassing me or being mean to me or using my own story against me is going to deter me and going to stop me and keep me from spreading the truth, you're wrong. Because I do this for Satan. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I will do this for as long as I'm able. So, all of your tactics, your little comments, throwing me out of groups, uh, all of that, that's not going to stop anything. That's not going to keep me from spreading the word. And I'm not the only one doing it. Satan has others doing it as well. So you're not stopping anything. All you're doing is hindering yourself and bringing trouble upon yourself. But I'm not going to go into that. This is supposed to be a positive video, but that just had to be mentioned. Um, so that's my video on respect. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'll be back to talk about the third gift of Satan soon. Bye.